What's up with everybody? Once again, it's your boy Relly. Thanks for tuning in with the Blockchain Odyssey. We just going through this journey so we can understand these crypto markets together, and we're just trying to set everybody up to make them, just make the best of it. Make the best of it. So let's go ahead and get into it. This video is going to be about the drawing toolbar and just knowing how it is that you need to be utilizing all of these beautiful, beautiful drawing utensils. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to go through the lines first. It's a lot of them. So simple, trend line. Basic, right? It's just a line. It's a trend line. You can make it however you want to. What's the trend? Trend going sideways, trend going down, trend going up. Just a trend line. That way you can pretty much gauge how it is things are moving. You can see Bitcoin is coming and bouncing on this trend line, right? It's just showing you that this right here is the trend. It's up, ladies and gentlemen. Now, if you wanted to, let's say let me delete that, and we want to do another trend line and see how everything is moving on the downside, you can do that. It's very versatile, multiple different ways. So you can see that we started right here at the very top, came down, hit the trend again, came back down, passed over the trend, came back and touched it for a retest before we start taking off. These trend lines are actually very, very useful when it comes to trading. Now, it's not everything, of course. The charts can just not care about the line that you just put on up there. It doesn't have to care about your line. Doesn't mean that your line is correct. But if you have the ability to kind of spot out exactly what's going on, which comes with time and experience, then utilizing these tools, very, very helpful, very, very resourceful. Let's go ahead and get this out of here because there's more lines, more lines. For example, the ray, which is really just, you just pick a spot, pick another spot, and it just makes a straight ray going through whatever markers that you have. Say you want to make a ray from right here to this one, and it'll just make a ray out for you. Now, exactly what it is you want to use this for, it's completely up to you. You also have like the info line, extended line. Come up here and play around horizontal lines. You want to have a line going across horizontally. You want to have one going across vertically. Completely up to you. However it is that you want to represent what it is that you're trying to show out in the graphs is best for you. So there's multiple different ways you can look at lines here. Now, if you want to come down to channels, this is one of the ones I like the most. As you can see, it's on my favorites, the parallel channel. Just showing you price action within a simple range. For example, this is a parallel channel right here, showing you the trend is pretty much going sideways within this little area of Bitcoin. So here go another, something else. This is just the path, but you see how we're following within this little area, right? Boom, boom, boom. So we have this midline right here, which is your mid range. This is the range highs, and this right here are the range lows. So range high right here, have that in green. Range low right here, we're gonna put that right here in red. And it's showing you the mid range where we have action right here hitting the mid range. It got reject. It had a little support, bounced off of it, came back, bounced off of it again a little bit, but ultimately lost the mid range, right? Came back, took control, hit the top of the range, came back to test the mid range once again, got turned around. That is support, and we flew and we broke out of the range. Once we broke out, we still came to retest it once, and then we retested twice before ultimately going up to the upside. So it's always cool to understand how these parallel things operate. We can get all this out the way now, because you also can use it diagonally, right? So you want to look at it being something like this. Look at the range in this manner. Look at the trend in this manner. You can do it either way you want to. Same trend line from earlier, right? You can turn that into a channel and you can see the actual compression of price and how it is it's been interacting, especially with this downwards trend, you know, because we have pretty much the range highs where it got hit once, twice, have the lows, it got hit once, twice, came out of it, deviated, and then shot right back in here and, you know, called it right here for support 3, 4, 5 times, and even mid-range hits for confirmation of the mid-range itself. So those parallels channels are very, very amazing. Now, there's a lot of other things up here. I don't use everything up here. In fact, I'm just gonna stick it to what I got on my favorites because not everything is useful depending on what type of trader you are. They just give you everything possible that you could possibly need. So let's see. Right here we got a rotating channel, rectangle, and that'll be down here with the shapes where they got like rectangles, rotated rectangles, the paths, circles, ellipse, polyline, triangles, arcs, curves, double curve, and you just use those to mark things out. This is your rotating rectangle because I can just rotate it around, move it to fit my bias. What if I wanted to use that for my channel instead? It doesn't really matter. Really, you know, it just depending on however it is that you want to use this stuff to depict what it is that you're trying to show yourself. Other things within the shapes like the square, something simple, square, rectangle, you can make those. Circles, you can really go crazy, make all type of stuff. Triangles, you know, you want to boom, boom, make a triangle out of it. However it is you're trying to do, whatever it is you're trying to depict, it's completely up to you. We got things up here like the arc, showing you just the rounding of a chart in certain areas. You can use that to depict that, of course. Like for example, this right here would be called a cup and handle. So you have like the big cup, boom. Then you have like the smaller little swoop handle right here, which is a bullish trend, pretty much showing that we're about to break out of this, come back down for a retest, which is what we're doing right now, and then we're going to take off right afterwards. Just showing you that this was a big accumulation. Boom, we got a little rejection, but we held a lot of support, and with all this support being held and all this bonded up price action, we shot up out of here, come back down to retest it and keep it going. But these drawings help you see things like that in a different perspective, in a different manner. A lot of things up here to use. Let's say you want to come over here and look at something like a Fibonacci retracement. These are all your Fibonacci's right here. This is the only one that I use though, is the Fibonacci retracement. So for the fib, we're gonna go back in time and we're gonna use it like this. So what you do with the fib, you get the range high from the area that you're doing, and you get the low. You'll click it at the high, you'll drag your mouse down, and you'll click it toward the line that's touching the low, and it'll show you the mid range as well. It's pretty much the same thing as your parallel channel. You can do the exact same thing with it. It's just that with the parallel channel, you'll have to get into the settings, and you can add these fib. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and I'll show you what I'm talking about. You can pretty much add and type in these fibs the exact same way with your parallel channel. Oh, I put it upside down on accident, but you can see the blue line is the same thing as this blue line here. It's the 1618 on the fib. But let's get rid of that because we're just looking at the actual Fibonacci's, and you can see what this is used for is to measure the potential growth of an asset. So you can see where I put it from the top of Bitcoin back in the 2017 cycle down to the bear market, which is in 2018 of December. And I measured that whole area out, this entire range. Mid range was pretty much dead spot. You know, we held it right here, had a nice fall, but then we came back and held the mid range area once again, and we flew out and we topped on Bitcoin right here at the 1618. Now to the next drawing, we can come over here. You can look at different patterns. You know, if you become accustomed to using things like this, I like to use the Elliott wave. A lot of people, you know, like to call out Elliott waves on things, but it can just showing you the depiction of how things fall. It's a lot of different things up here. I can't go through every small little drawing with you guys. Honestly, that would be a long video to sit right here and explain everything. Like for example, data range. You come down right here where it had like the projections to the volume based, and you have your measures, which are data range, and you have your price range. Well, I mean, your date range, my bad. So let's say if I want to click right here and to see how many days it is for us to hit to the top of the market, or better yet, to where we are right now. We've been in the market for, from the bottom of it, pretty much 1,000 days. You know, that's just measuring the dates. And if I want to measure the price, say from the exact same time span, we've gained almost 500% from that same time span. Oh, well, yeah, about 500% from this exact same time span of 1,000 days within Bitcoin. Two different things measuring it right there. Now, at the same time, you can do one that has both. And of course, you can go through in the settings and change the background of it, which would just be the settings for anything. For one, you'll have this little bar pop up right here where you can change the color, you can change the background color, you can change the text if you have anything written up there, the width of the lines itself, you want to make it a little thicker so they'd be easier to see for yourself. This right here is the settings. So you can come up here, you can change the color of the line, you can change the density of the color of the lines, for example. Do it right here so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. So like I can change how visible the line is itself. Change the background or add or don't add a background. You know? Do whatever it is you need to do. Labels, label background, volume, everything. Everything up here. If you want to write a text, you can come over here, add a text, write something like bullish, bang, and it'll pop up right here. And you know, if you had like a line or something, like for example, if I want to do it with this one, and if I want to add a text, I can well, I can't do it with that one. Actually, let's say if I had like a trend line and I wanted to add a text, it give you the option of making it be like, for one, you can change the font. So I want it to be like 18. If I want it to be on in the middle, and I want it to be on the right side, you know, like something random. You can do anything like that, but all about coming in here and figuring out what best works for you specifically. Now that's pretty much the main key things up here. Like right here, you have your icons. You can just have random icons up here. Again, search through whatever. I don't think you don't need a key for anything or airplane for anything, but they give you the options, you know, why not? Annotation tools. If you want to add a text, you just click right here and just get the typing up here, blah, 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 you know, and you can have a whole text up here, you know, useful for when you're teaching and showing people examples of things. But it gives you so many different tools that you have access to, and it's all about just getting up here and figuring them out. Now if you come down, I already done during the tutorial of the basics of it, I told you what all these things were already. Like you can delete all your drawings, lock in your drawings, you know, magnetize your drawings. So if you want to make a trend line, you want to hit the exact top of a line of a bar, instead of you trying to guess by yourself, you can have the magnet to where it'll just lock on to the exact top for you, and you know, you can make your drawings that way. But that's pretty much the basis of the whole drawing toolkit, because once you get to it, you know, and you can get your objective tree lined up, which I showed you how to make these already in the tutorial, but you can just already have all these drawings made up here, set and ready to go, and it can be a lot easier for you to get into. all type of things. You have all type of things already set and ready for you to look at. You can go back and just check out whether or not your thesis of what was going to happen or what will happen in the future is actually playing out the way you thought it will. Well, that's the end of this video right here. Go ahead and check into the next one so we can start talking about these indicators.